5-0 win. Adam Morgan hat-trick. Was that a 5-star performance?
From the team?
Yeah.
Or Adam? No, I don't think it was, if I'm honest. I think we were probably a 1 in the first half.
Okay.
Thought we were generally atrocious. That's probably a bit harsh, but I let my feeling known at half-time. Couple of heated discussions happened in there. Not nothing unprofessional. It was, people to getting to the point, because we've got to be better if we want to be serious and progress the club on the pitch, which is the most important place to be pushing the club and progressing them. We've got to be honest with ourselves, and yes, we were 1-0 up, but then you're looking at your team and looking at the sort of the quality and the experience that we've got in that starting 11, and the best player on the pitch was Jez, who's never played a game at this level before. And it was just little things like that for me. I think we've got to be quicker, we've got to be better, we've got to be better off on the front foot at the start of games. Am I pleased with the result? Yeah, of course I am. And the second half was much better, which is pleasing, because they've obviously taken on board what we're discussing and sort of what we're pointing out to them. So yes, I'm pleased. I'm not being negative here, because I'm not that person, but it wasn't. That's not. We can be much better than that. The lads know that. I know that. Staff knows that, so it's for us to show the fans and the club that.
You've highlighted Jez as a standout performer. What pleased you most about his performance?
Well, look, I don't know who knows what about sort of my relationship with Jez. Jez has been a student where I've worked for the last 2.5 years. I've worked really closely with him. I brought him into Stockport Town and threw him straight in, to be fair to him, at 16, and he absolutely just was a breath of fresh air for Stockport. He's at a little bit of a lull when I brought him to Mossley last year, which is why he's opened his season up at Stockport Town again, and it's just done him the world of good. If anything, I'm just really pleased for him, because he's a good lad. He works hard. He's from a really good family. They want him to do well. I want him to do well as on a personal front as much as a club front, and I was just pleased with him today. He played with a smile, and I think that was the most pleasing and rewarding thing for me on a 1-to-1 with him. If I look at it as a Mossley manager and put my Mossley manager's hat on, there's parts of his game that he still needs to improve. He knows that. He's a young lad, and he's hopefully, touch wood, just going to continue to get better. I think we've seen flashes of him. I hope and need people not to get carried away with him, because he's a young lad who's hopefully has got a bright future ahead of him. But again, he's young and he will have dips, and that's not a negative on him. It's sort of part and parcel of the position he plays as an attacking player. If you're not scoring and not setting goals up, people start moaning and question marking at you. But what's he done today? 3 assists and a goal. Not bad for a full debut.
Yep. A quick word for Adam Morgan: 3 clinical finishes.
Well, I've just had a chat with him in the changing room, and he's just come up to me and said, "Look, Gaff, I can't apologise for how poor I was." I just laughed in his face. I just said, "Listen, if that's you on a poor day, I'm very much looking forward to seeing him on a good day." Just having a laugh with him there. I think to be fair, he probably missed the easiest one, and when he was trying to bend one into a corner for the 4th, and he's at the bar just after half time, didn't he? So I'm pleased with him. Adam's Adam Morgan. He's going to score goals. No matter where he plays, he can go back to Liverpool, or he can go and play in the North West Counties. He's going to score goals at any level. I think a big thing for him, and he's not. He's never sort of shied away from this. He's lost a lack of love for the game, and we're obviously now providing him a platform to play with a smile on his face as well. That's the environment I like to create, professional but enjoyable as much as hard work, and hopefully that's the beginning of his sort of goal rush, if you want, for the club, because he's not looked like scoring, to be fair, in his first couple of games, and I've seen him frustrated. I've seen lads around him frustrated, in the sense of they know how good he is, because you watch him at training and stuff, and you just think, what have I got on my hands here? He's got work to do in terms of his fitness. He knows that himself. But lads scored an hat-trick at the end of the day, and I think if you score an hat-trick, you get man of the match, which is a bit unfair on Jez. So they'll have to share that in the bar, I think. But I'm really genuinely pleased for him as much as with him. He's come to score goals and play with a smile, and he's just done it. So well done.
Up next, Widnes in the FA Cup replay on Tuesday.
Yeah.
What do you think we face as a challenge from them?
I think it'll be a different challenge to today. I think it'll be a bit more of a tactical battle, in the sense of sort of their quality of players. They've got 2 or 3 players there that are really good players. Lads that if they phone me up in the summer next year, I'd certainly be interested in having a sit down and a chat with them. And I think that tells you, a little bit about them. We're not taking this game lightly. We took a 2-0 lead at their place, should have seen it out. We let ourselves down. I let myself down. Players let themselves down. It's a quick and good opportunity for us to hopefully sort of turn it round. We know we will have in the next round if we win, as will Widnes. And luckily for us, it's touch wood. It'll be a home tie with a team in the division above. So it's exciting. I'm enjoying it, and we're all looking forward to it. So I just hope we can get the place packed, because I think everybody knows that Seal Park on a Tuesday night under the lights is it's a bit of a different beast.